Hello YouTube, this is the God of 0,000, and I've got something to say. You know what I've seen a lot of lately? I've seen a lot of videos and discussions about what anime would beat the other anime. Or Dragon Ball Z versus Naruto, or FMA versus Naruto, or Yu Yu Hakusho versus Naruto. Or maybe the Naruto fans are just scrappy. What, Naruto fans? I'm glad you said that. There seems to be two kinds of people that get involved in these kinds of discussions. The people who say, who cares, it doesn't matter. And the people who are willing to stab each other over it. Well, we need middle ground, an objective observer. Therefore, I have something to say about anime versus anime. First, let's take a look at the concept of anime versus anime. Is the discussion worth having? I choose to see it in the same way I look at a show like Deadliest Warrior or Animal Face-Off. It's just an interesting hypothetical discussion. And I think it's a discussion worth having. One YouTube user brought up an interesting point. People on opposite sides of the argument will be arguing attack mechanics and physics that don't mesh. Well, that's only true to an extent. Mostly because, in the end, a kill is a kill is a kill. And whether you call it ki, chi, chakra, or energy, spirit energy, it's really all the same stuff. Things like that. There are basic mechanics that always have to be the same in any battle scenario of any kind or size. Find the common ground, and you can start to compare. I'm not trying to flame the opponents of anime versus anime, but if you don't care, don't chime in. Because we do. Unfortunately, it's hard to find people in that we category that are willing to budge on whether or not their favorite anime is the strongest. That's because most shows are on par with raw power. For example, I saw this Avatar vs. Naruto video that pitted... Yeah, we all know. But still, it's one of the most common shows in these discussions. Anyway, it pits Gaara against Toph. I think it's an interesting match, but there's a game changer that might tip the scales in Gaara's favor. While it's almost impossible to determine who has the advantage in pure stopping power, Gaara eventually is able to levitate. Edge, Gaara. But there's a catch. If Gaara's levitation is any kind of propulsion, like he's pushing air down to lift himself up, the argument could be made that Toph would be able to find him through that. See? It's not that easy. I don't think so. Given a set of specific what-ifs, I think a solid winner can be determined. However, there are a few shows that are a cut above the rest. Of these shows, I think the first one is pretty obvious. Dragon Ball Z, you dunce! What makes Dragon Ball Z such a powerful show? One word. Planet Destroyers. I'll use a hyphen. Dragon Ball Z has 9 seasons of anime to do nothing but get stronger. But even still, Vegeta and Kakarot can destroy planets with their signature beam attacks in the first season. How do we know this? Because Vegeta says so. That's important. You have to have a reason for everything you base your arguments on. Vegeta is also able to destroy small planets with his dirty fireworks attack, a technique designed to kill human-sized opponents. Dragon Ball Z is without a doubt the strongest anime. Ever. The next show that no one can compare with is Z's little cousin Bleach. I don't know Bleach that well. I've only seen a few episodes. But I did see an episode that introduced a planet destroyer. Bleach also has the same hyperspeed movement as Dragon Ball Z. The problem with Bleach is, since I last saw it, the only planet destroyer is basically a living bomb with no other combat abilities. Now, Bleach and its characters have surely gotten stronger since I last saw it, and if the planet destroyer has gotten any stronger or if there's more planet destroyers, please tell me, I'm interested. But, in the end, Bleach is strong, but it's no Dragon Ball Z. The only other series that I can think of that has a planet destroyer is Tenchi Muyo, who features Z in the third OVA of the original OVA continuality. You really don't want me to get into that. No other show can compare with these three shows. Except maybe one. One does well not to underestimate Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm serious. I mean, they have gods running around smiting people. Top that. Now, do I think Yugi could stand up to Raditz? No, not really. The monsters and Yu-Gi-Oh! May be fierce, but the human masters are still vulnerable. Just don't be so quick to count Yu-Gi-Oh! Out. So, what do we take away from this? No. We take away that anime versus anime is a conversation worth having, but not worth starting World War III over. It's not that important. We also learned that Dragon Ball Z beats everybody, Bleach and Tenchi Muyo beat everybody else, and we learned not to underestimate Yu-Gi-Oh! Hopefully. Everything else is fair game. In fact, if you post an interesting matchup in the comments section, I may even do a video about it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go flame someone who thinks Yusuke would beat Edward Elric.